Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. Oh shit, what's that? Oops, stupid YouTube ads. The Mad Master here. Welcome to my channel. So, this video is basically about how I'm not going to vote this year. I made a decision after debilitating for quite a while about it, and basically, I was watching like a Jimmy Dore's secular talk today about the debates and all sorts of stuff like that. Obviously, you know, those are two channels that I have held on to as I've tried to get out of the some of these paradigms that we're in. Like, I used to watch the Young Turks. Once it became fanatically partisan as far as the virus stuff goes, I stopped watching it, unsubbed. But I still see there's hope with Jimmy Dore and Kyle Kulinski, and I still like their takes on other things, so I still subbed to them. I think they're far more tolerable. So, that said, well, what do I mean by that as far as like Cenk Uygur, you know, and Ana Kasparian, like just completely shitting on people, then a month later accepting people doing the same thing, and namely that's protests and not social distancing and so forth. So it's just complete hypocrisy, and I'm done. You know, I'm done with those people. So what's next for politics for me as far as what I'm doing? I'm not going to vote. I've decided there's no reason to vote this year. There's no really good candidates. You know, I think Trump's kind of funny sometimes, unintentionally and intentionally, and I do like sometimes that he trolls the left, or the left. I don't really consider it the real left. I call it more the neoliberal left. He sometimes does, you know, he sometimes trolls them in a hilarious way. But other than that, I don't really like him as a candidate overall. He's, you know, still part of the elite, still supports a lot of stuff I do not support, but you know, sometimes it's like kind of a guilty pleasure, I will admit, sometimes. Biden, I don't, you know, obviously I don't like Biden. I'm not riding with Biden. I'm not riding with 3-month lockdowns, anything like that. I'm not riding with the neoliberal, corporatist kind of stuff that he's into either. You know, I'm just not, you know. If Bernie was the candidate, he's like, you know, I may have reconsidered, but and I did vote in the primaries, or Jesse Ventura. You know, I thought about voting for Jo Jorgensen because I like some of the stuff she has to say, but I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna. I just don't want to support that system anymore. It's just it's so corrupt. They lost me. Both parties, you know. I mean, they lost me a long time ago because I voted for Ralph Nader and I voted for Gary Johnson in 2012. You know, I never was a straight party person. You know, I don't want to be part of any party that wants to have me as a member. Even though I almost joined the Church of Satan because I think it's kind of cool. I don't know if they have that membership card. Ironically, I got a membership card of the Church of Satan. I'm not a Satanist, but I just think it's funny. I actually bought some art from Stanton LaVey like a couple years ago, and he gave me like a Church of Satan membership card. It was pretty damn cool. I like it. It's free with the art. He did it himself. He wrote it up. So I'm an unofficial member of the Church of Satan, kind of like King Diamond. But you know, I've been actually getting into some more Christian stuff because of Neville Goddard. So I don't really, but I also like a lot of anti-LaVey stuff. I'm just all over the place about everything. But I could go into hours and hours and explaining these nuances, you know, that I have. So, but no, I'm not voting. And I think voting, you know, I'm not voting. It's my protest vote is not showing up to the polls. And I'm not scared to show up. I just went to a restaurant today. I'm not scared to go out or anything like that. I just don't like the two-party system. It's too corrupt for me at this point. This is the first election I'm not going to vote in, presidential. Oh, geez. I don't know what the last time. I think I've voted in every election since 1996, believe it or not. Yeah. So, this will actually be the first election I don't vote in. I'm trying to remember if I voted in 2008. 2012. Yep, I voted every election. This is the first time since I turned 18. It's the first time I'm not going to vote in an election because the two-party system is corrupt. The people in charge are corrupt. And it's beyond that. It's like, I don't see it as an existential, this is the critical election. They say that all the time. They said it about, oh shit, sorry about that. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry about that stupid interruption. I just bumped a keyboard. So, they say that in every election as far as, this is the critical election of our lifetime. They said about Bush. I voted for Ralph Nader. And I was shunned and shit on, by people who were Democrats. Who, some of them later actually had more reasonable opinions about it because they realized why I did that. They kind of woke up to why. But no, I don't want to support that system. I want to, if anything, if I had my way, I'd burn the polls down. I don't know, because it's just such a waste. Speaking of Anton LaVey, I think I wish I could find this quote from him, but he's basically, he's like, it's voting for your executioner, who's the better executioner, and I think that's politics these days, one way or the other. It's fucked, unfortunately. I'm getting into a lot of positive thinking and manifestation stuff, but politics, and maybe eventually I'll become so positive in my other parts of my life that I'll return to politics. Oh, it's getting better. I'm more positive now. You never know. But right now, no way. I can't, in good faith, support the system, support the two-party system. They took Green Party off the ballot in Wisconsin. Nope. I'm not supporting that. Not voting is probably the best choice I've made in years. Not participating in this anymore. I'm not going to participate in this bullshit, in this malarkey. Get it? Malarkey. A little Biden thing there. So, it's one of those things that I think, I could see, so this took me a long time, but I could see why people support Trump now. I don't support Trump, but I understand why people do. And to me, Trump supporters used to be the most evil. They were never the most evil people like some of the Democrats. Oh, they're so evil, the Trump supporters. But I was like, oh, I used to think Republicans were evil back in the day. But, it seems to have, it's not reversed quite yet, but it seems to be reversing. Now the Republicans seem to be somewhat more reasonable in some ways. Some of it's an act, some of it's bullshit, of course, but much of it's bullshit. But, if it goes in the trend that it's going in as far as populism goes, and it softens up a little bit of some of the crazier shit, softens up in the Republicans, the two parties could switch roles yet again. They did in the 60s and earlier. But, it could happen again, another switch. And I know, like, Dinesh D'Souza, there was no Southern switch. Of course, fucking bullshit. Of course there was. But there's plenty of proof. I had a list of all the people that were Southern Democrats that switched to Republican in, like, the 60s because of civil rights. It's a huge list. It's somewhere on an old hard drive. I should bring it out. But this guy gave me, on YouTube, gave this huge list. It was like 40 different people. So, yeah, I'm not voting for the Democrats or Republicans. The two-party system needs to be destroyed. Period. It's corrupt. It's destroying our country and our world. Now think about this. The neoliberals are just as bad in many ways than the Republicans and the right-wingers are as far as the environment. It's just they have a friendlier face when they do it, It's like, I don't know. I think I remember Jello Biafra talking about Lollapalooza once. It's like something about it's corporatism with a flannel face or some shit. I can't remember. It was some quote about corporations and them appropriating like all these underground musical movements and stuff. So yeah, I can't support the Democrats or Republicans. I certainly can't support Biden. Trump is a guilty pleasure sometimes, you know. I admit, like, I think that the whole him getting the virus thing was kind of bizarre, but kind of hilarious. Like how, especially if he's okay, it's going to be funny to see people try to react to that. It's like, what can they say? It was kind of a brilliant political move. And it could have been all made up. There's some people saying that. I don't know what to believe, you know. Nevertheless, I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump, really. People give too much of a fuck about Donald Trump and don't really want to go to the cause of why people support Trump. It's because their own damn fucking party has left the working class behind. You know, that's a lot of what it is. I saw a bunch of construction workers today. They're working on this project outside. None of them were wearing masks, and I was just thinking about this. These guys work their ass off, you know, and they're having these people probably telling them, you know, these uppity fucking, you know, bourgeois, latte sipping, mint mocha sipping liberals telling them what to do. Oh, and they're probably, you know, maybe they don't know anybody that had the virus or whatever, and they're just like, fuck those people. What do they have? What have they done for me lately? You know, it's one of those things. I mean, it's just like the lockdown thing. It takes you know, a privileged person to be able to say that you can have you know, the lockdowns. You can just work at home. Just work at home. You know, Google just pays me at home now. I went to college for cultural anthropology. I got this Google job because I'm a white middle class fucking liberal, upper middle class. Wear a mask. You're selfish. Wear a mask. You're selfish. They hear this shit all the time. They see this fucking hypocrisy. They're gonna vote for fucking Trump. That's just the truth. And I don't blame them. They see this bullshit. So I'm just bowing out because I don't like Trump either. Trump fucking hired Fauci and Birx and their myopic, non-transparent approach to the virus and stuff. And there's a lot of bad stuff that Trump has brought upon the planet and people as well. And I don't like everything he does. I don't like when the left accuses him of something that they've done before. It's just like, you know, the immigration stuff, like the stuff. Some of the footage was actually from Obama's administration of the immigration stuff they were trying to use against him. That's just fucking ludicrous. But, you know, I don't like Trump, but he's like kind of a guilt. It's like I like that he pisses off people a little bit right now, even though I don't support what he's doing, and I don't support his approach to the virus either. Of course not. But there's really nothing we can do. The structures are so corrupt and so degraded and decrepit that nothing anybody can do, unless it's totally out of the box, totally different than what we've had, is going to help. That's why I'm probably going to do an article or a video about the Jacobin article that I read weeks back, which gives me hope about this stuff, because finally people are waking up on the left about what's going on with this stuff. And I hope they continue to, because goddamn, this whack-a-mole has to end. But that's not what this video is about. So I'm not going to vote. I have nothing to vote for. No one represents my interests. People want to, you know, they want to grandstand and virtue signal about stuff, about whatever, racial stuff or the virus stuff, that they don't really have a really good solution. And a lot of their solutions are probably just the same as the other side. They just have, you know, they veil it with all this other stuff to try to seem better. They're projecting their own shit at the other side, you know. So no, I'm not going to vote. I am not voting for the first time in my life, you know, as an adult. I'm not voting. And they can really, I'm walking away. This is my walk away video. I'm going to call it walk away from hashtag walk away from the two-party system. So what bothers me is that people can't really talk about this stuff with me other than a few people. You know, like today I was hanging out with someone and he can talk to me about these issues, and he understands why I don't like the two-party system. Other people, like certain, you know, familial entities, I'll just say, they go to their partisan hackery automatically. You know, they can't even see the forest for the trees. So I can't vote for Biden. And you know, honestly, and this is going to sound really crazy, just a little bit, just because he pisses people off and because it's hilarious, just a little bit. As much as it pains me to say this, right now, in the discourse, Trump, even though he's a con man and it's bullshit because he's supporting a lot of the same stuff, I'm going to say it a little bit more. I like him a little bit more. This probably because he's a provocateur in some of the stuff, like with him supposedly getting because it's entertainment. Okay, it's enter-fucking-tainment, all right? I find it more entertaining. Okay, I'm sorry. Since I'm not voting anyways, what's the harm? You're a Trump supporter! I'm not taking the vaccine! I am drinking Starbucks. It's kind of ridiculous, but I do usually drink regular, you know, other coffee shop stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, so I'm not voting. And I'm glad, you know. I just can't vote. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I like some of the stuff he says because it's entertaining lately. That's it. I can just watch the world burn, right? Like George Carlin used to talk about how he's an entropy fan, you know, and some of his bits. I mean, that's the truth. But no, I don't want to watch the world burn. But burn down the two-party system, yeah. Fuck yeah, you know. And one of the things that bothers me is that people say, if Donald Trump gets reelected, that's the end of democracy. Democracy is already dead, dumbass. That's all.